QFM 96, Ohio's best rock. It's Torgan Elliott. We've been talking about Forrest Fenn a lot on the show. Art dealer, author, and what would you call him, Jerry?
Archaeologist.
Yes, a barrier of treasure, right?
Entrepreneur. Forrest, are you there? Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
Well, I'm okay, but the day's not over yet.
Hey, I want to begin with this. For those not familiar, we kind of set up your entire story before we got you on the telephone here. But does somebody need to read your books to find the treasure, or do all the clues exist within the poem?
They don't need to read my book, but they need to read the poem.
So
the book will help them, but they can find the treasure if they can decipher the clues that are in the poem.
Well, I know throughout the years you've done different interviews and given out new clues. Do you feel right now there's enough information out there where someone should get it, or maybe you could give us a new one right now?
Well, I'm not going to give you a new clue, but there are clues in the poem that will lead you to the treasure. But you want to be careful in the mountains in the wintertime. A lot of the mountains are under snow now. It's not a good time to search.
Yeah, right. Now we were online in preparation for this interview, and a lot of people claim to have found it or that they're close. As of today, no one has found the treasure. Correct?
No one has found the treasure. A lot of people claim it, but they can't provide a photograph or any information about it.
Have people gotten close, at least that you're aware of? I mean,
I'm aware that people have been within 200 feet, but closer than that, I don't know.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Forrest Fenn is with us, and folks, you really should read the books and check up on this story. He buried a chest full of rubies and rare material, and you buried it somewhere in the Rocky Mountains north of Santa Fe. We do know that. When was the last time you saw the treasure yourself?
Well, the last time I've seen it is when I took it out and hid it, but please don't say that I buried it because my comment is that I hid it. That doesn't mean it isn't buried, but I don't want to give that as a clue.
Okay, did you put a lock on it?
No. Okay. It has a lock on it, but the chest is not locked. But because I didn't want anybody to pry the thing open when they found it, the key is inside the chest.
Okay, so it's okay. Let me ask you this: is it available where, like, if I pick it up, do I have to move anything? I mean, is it anything
in the open?
Yeah, in the open.
Do you have to move anything? Well,
yeah, like a rock.
Move your carcass out there. But if you can find the treasure chest, it won't be a big job for you to get it.
Okay. And if somebody out there is listening and you want to see what Forrest is all about, the website Old Santa Fe Trading Company.com kind of chronicles your story and what you have collected over the years. What was the first thing you collected as a young collector? Do you remember what you found, the first thing you ever found?
Well, what really started me was when I was 9 years old. I found my first arrowhead with my father, and that started me on a life of adventure, really.
Now, when you're out in these Indian reservations and whatnot, do you ever worry about the Indian spirit or removing some of this stuff that it might bring a bad juju on you?
Well, I'm not worried about that, but you should not take things off Indian reservations. The things the arrowheads that I've found came off of private property.
Did you get shot down as a pilot?
I was shot down twice in Vietnam.
Yeah,
wow.
Your story is so incredible. It's just a great story. And congratulations for beating the cancer, and the good thing that's in remission. Good for you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, take us back. When you got shot down, were you in hostile territory? Did you parachute out? Tell us those events of what happened to you in Vietnam.
Well, the first time I crash landed in the south of Vietnam at Ben Thuy, and the second time I was shot down in Laos, I ejected from my F-100 and spent the night in the Laotian jungle, and the helicopter picked me up the next morning.
Wow, that's amazing. And were you fearful of your life at that point?
Well, I don't remember feeling that, but the possibility was there.
Yeah. Certainly, yeah. You're in a helicopter. So after the war, Forrest, you returned to New Mexico. You were raised in Texas. So you're kind of a cowboy at heart. And then you really got after this treasure hunting and collecting, correct?
That's right. I acquired a pretty big ranch that had a big Indian run on it. And I've spent 20 years excavating in that pueblo.
Forrest Fenn is with us for the listeners out there, and he has a treasure chest that $1 to $3 million worth of everything you can imagine in there. And we're talking to him right now with Torg and Elliott on QFM 96. Now, there's shows with professional treasure hunters. Has a professional treasure hunter contacted you to look for this?
Yeah, well, sure. There have been a few professional treasure hunters contact me, but they haven't found the treasure.
Aha. See there, Torg? Is it bigger than a bread box? See, I would look, Forrest, but I can't even find the remote.
You sound like my wife talking to me now. The treasure is out there, and that little treasure chest is full of. It has 20.2 troy pounds of gold in it, and there's 265 gold coins, lots of emeralds and rubies and sapphires and diamonds and pre-Columbian jewelry and little ancient jade Chinese carvings. It's a wonderful sight. If you can find it and raise that lid, you're either going to start laughing or you're going to faint, one of the two.
Gosh, and you know what I find kind of cool, Forrest, is you've had such a storied, wonderful life. And this all began just as recently as 2010. Are you enjoying the celebrity at this stage of your life, or is there some irony involved? How do you feel about all this attention you're getting?
The celebrity's beginning to wear a little thick on me, but at age 85, I'm kind of sitting back and watch what's going on.
Yeah.
Are you worried that you may pass and no one will find it? Is it a situation
that
where
makes it even more, mysterious?
But
I'm not worried about that. No, I don't. Somebody could find it tomorrow, or it could be 1,000 years before they find it. But it's not something I'm going to worry about.
Does your wife know where it's at, or are you the only one who knows where it's at?
I'm the only one that knows where the treasure is hidden. My wife doesn't even know within 18 months of when I hid it.
Wow. And all the clues are located in the poem. It's all over online. Forrest Fenn, archaeologist, American hero. Thank you so much. You're an interesting gentleman, and we appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure, sir. Thank you.
All right, Forrest Fenn joining us. Maybe we can take vacation at the same time and go look. I'm intrigued about this.
Yeah.
You just go in the Rocky Mountains, read the poem now. The thing is, it's north of Santa Fe, and the map, if you've seen it, it's 3 to 5 states.
3 to 5 states, something like that.
I would get a good vacation of hiking.
The clues, and then it's even like one word. People say there's a double meaning to it, and so it doesn't mean what you think, but it's where the rivers split and the water falls, and then he's given subsequent clues in the years since 10. There's an additional 4 or 5 clues.
Yeah, I think you and I have better odds playing the lottery. I'm thinking.
Well, it'll be of you and I finding it, but when somebody does, it'll be big story. No doubt.
It's awesome. Well, be sure to check it out. Sure to check it out, man. It's a fascinating story. Like we mentioned a couple days ago, that story, that myth hunter show that I've been watching right now, where they talk about buried treasures, pretty cool. Now let's go to Christy Kemper with a look at traffic.